I do want to take the time to speak about Pedri and the tournament that he's about to go into because he is going to be participating for the Euros 2024. Let's all remember the reason why many of us know about Pedri today. It is because of that amazing Euro 2020 performance that he did. It is what allowed for the world to see who are going to be one of the best emerging young midfielders in the world, and one of them was Pedri. Pedri did amazing in the Euro 2020, and now we are back 3 years later with another tournament, and I believe that Pedri does have a point to prove, to tell to the world why he is one of the best midfielders in the world. Let's remember where Pedri came from, because within these past 2.5 years, we weren't able to say this about Pedri. If anything, the whole world, not just the Barcelona fans, but the whole world thought that Pedri was finished because of the amount of injuries that he was going through. He barely did feature in Barcelona games. Spain did not even call him up. He was losing prominence. And in the past 3 to 4 months, we even said that for the future of Barcelona's number 10 position should be between Fermin Lopez, Gundogan, and then came Pedri. Because in terms of performances, Pedri had the least impactful type of game compared to Gundogan and Fermin Lopez. We said that Fermin Lopez was going to be the future number 10 under Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona because of how many goals he has been scoring, even under Xavi Hernandez, the assists that he has made. He presses well, he looks very energetic, he's very athletic, he knows what spaces to occupy, and we're like, oh my god, maybe the future of Barcelona is not Pedri, it is Fermin Lopez. But lately, especially with the Spanish national team, Pedri has been showing up, and his best might finally be on the way. The return of Pedri is finally here, and we're going to be seeing Pedri in action in the match between Spain and Croatia, which will be held on Saturday. And let me tell you, as a Barcelona fan and a fan of Pedri, I cannot wait to see what Pedri has to show. Pedri recently had an interview about 2 or 3 days ago, and he stated this: I have worked very hard this season and have had some setbacks. Injuries are the worst things in football, but I'm feeling very good now physically. I'm really looking forward to the Euros starting. He also told another reporter, I feel very good physically, looking forward for the first match against Croatia. I'm not afraid of a relapse. It seems that the press is the one that is afraid because you are always talking about it. It's been a complicated season, but I'm in a great time wanting to play and enjoy the games. So Pedri recently did score against North Ireland where they won 5-1. He scored 2 goals, and 2 amazing goals, by the way. The type of goals that Pedri did score showed that he can be a reliable number 10, a number 10 that can score goals and be very effective inside and outside the box. One of the main problems that we have had in the past 2 years is that, okay, yes, Pedri knows how to control the ball. We see him in very deep areas trying to move Barcelona forward. But one of the things that we have wanted to see was for Pedri to find actual goals, very similar to someone like Bellingham. But now it does seem like Pedri's on track to really place himself in a position where he can finally score his goals and show his talent. De La Fuente did tell Pedri that he's going to be placing him much closer to the goal, and the same thing with Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick plans to use a 4-2-3-1 system with him as a 10 and being right behind Lewandowski. So everything looks really good for Pedri at the moment. Moving forward, for sure, Barcelona and Spain need to have better player management, meaning they have to communicate with one another. How are they going to manage the minutes of Pedri? Because if we go back to what happened back in 2020 and 2021, Pedri did play 73 games in all competitions for both club and country. He played 52 matches with Barcelona, 10 matches with the Spanish national team, 6 games for the Olympics, and then 4 games for Spain's under 21 team. That guy was being overused so much thanks to Ronald Koeman and Luis Enrique at that time. We all thought that after he finished that season with Barcelona and after the Euros that Pedri was going to be fine, that he was going to continue to be one of the best young midfielders in the world. But then came the 2021-2022 season and his games just went downhill. Pedri went through so many injuries. He only played 22 games with Barcelona the following season and only 2 games with the Spanish national team. Again, compare that to what he did before. He played 52 with Barcelona and 10 games with Spain. It's just insane what happened to the player. And then from there, through the 2022-2023 season and the 2023-2024 season, he kept getting injured. And even when he did come back to play on the field, he looked slower, he looked a little nervous, almost as if he was afraid to get injured again. It was not the Pedri that we saw from before. But eventually Pedri found his groove, he found his fitness, and that is the reason why many coaches are starting to see that Pedri is more than capable to take on the 10 position, because the higher you go on the pitch in terms of position, the faster you need to react because you do have less time. The defenders also want to give you less time. That's just simply how the game does work, and Pedri is adapting to that. And I feel like another reason why Pedri is turning up his game with both Barcelona and Spain especially is because of Fermin Lopez. I said before, Pedri found it way too easy when he first came to Barcelona and to the Spanish national team. He needed some sort of healthy competition, as we always say, something to make Pedri get on top of his toes. We needed a player that can say, hey look, this is a player that can take on Pedri's position. If Pedri ever lets his his guard down. He should sit down on the bench and replace him with this player, and that other player is Fermin Lopez. And I feel like I've said, Pedri is feeling the weight. He feels that Fermin Lopez is his competitor, because in the game before he scored the 2 goals, Fermin Lopez was there in the first match against Andorra, and Fermin Lopez provided 2 assists, not goals, but 2 assists, meaning that Fermin Lopez is showing much more effectiveness compared to Pedri, and Pedri needed to react, and so he did, and that is why he provided 2 goals. It's amazing to see how everything is playing out. And so the story of Pedri has been insane. There was also a time where many were speculating about Pedri's lifestyle. Maybe that could be the reason why he does not recover. Many have said that Pedri does like to party, go out at night, and do some other things. But then the brother, who is named Fernando, told those people that they are idiots and liars, and that this is false information. So there were so many things going on. And now De La Fuente is more than happy to admit that Pedri is part of his project and will be a huge protagonist for this upcoming Euro. He stated this, and I quote, "I always said Pedri needed to find himself again, and he has that now. The player himself has to take the step forward to return the confidence shown in him and feel secure so he can show how good he is." And so to me, this Euro campaign is a huge opportunity for Pedri to regain his greatness in football and to carry that momentum to FC Barcelona next season, because let me tell you, is Hansi Flick's Barcelona going to need that. The whole idea for us is to have Pedri as our 10 with Nico Williams on the left and Lamine Yamal on the right, 2 players that he is going to be playing with under De La Fuente. So Pedri's performance in the Euros is going to be paying Barcelona dividends. And so that is it. That is all I do have to say for today's video. Like I've said before, I am going to be making a post-match review for the match between Spain and Croatia on Saturday. Hopefully we get to see many Barcelona players and also see just how good Nico Williams is. I'm also going to be very excited how Lamine Yamal does play against Guardiola. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.